Hey guys, so it is kind of late at night while I'm filming this, but I wanted to walk you through how my husband and I plan content for my blog and for my YouTube channel, because I'm sitting down and I'm actually planning out the next quarter's worth of content. So I just use Notion to do this. By now you've probably heard me talk about it, but just in case you haven't, Notion is kind of like a personal wiki. It combines like Evernote and Google Drive and Todoist all into one really incredible program. I am a huge fan of them. So I'm going to show you how I plan my content in Notion. We have an entire year's worth of content planned in here, and it is just so flexible and so awesome. I'm like literally obsessed with this program. So I'm going to walk you through kind of what we have set up, and then I'm going to show you like week by week how I plan out my content, how I film my videos, including this one, and kind of what we do. So let's hop right in. Okay, so within my Notion account here, we have this business workspace, and this is kind of where we house anything that has to do with Nora Conrad as a brand. So I have this master task list set up, and I'll go ahead and open up all of them here so you can see. But basically, this is a table or a database within a page that has every single piece of content that we are planning for the remainder of the year. And you can see it's quite a bit. It's 144 pieces of content. At the time that I'm filming this, it is January 30th. So we have February through December content for all of 2020. So I'm going to kind of show you how we set up this table, the different views that we have, and then I'll dig into like each individual post and kind of how I use this to actually create the content, because that's the important part, right? So the master view that has literally like everything on it is called tasks to do. And the only thing that this doesn't show is tasks that are marked as complete. So anything that I've already marked as complete, I can see in the published view. And that is all of the stuff that I have already completed for 2020. So you can see that all of these were for my January posts, and those are all done, scheduled, ready to post. I don't have to do anything else with them. So I like to have my published ones because this just lets me kind of access something if I am looking for like my social media post, or if I need graphics or something, I can quickly come in here and pull that information, and it's not like gone or something. So if we go back to tasks to do, I'll walk you through this table really quick. So the first thing is the name. This is like the title that I would make the blog post or the video. I don't always use this exact title. Usually we optimize it for keywords, but this is just kind of our working title. Next up is the due date. So this is the date that it's actually going to publish, and this is what I have it sorted by. So it's the due date ascending, so that way I have everything in order. Next is the section. So I have a couple different things. I have videos, blog posts, and tasks. That's mostly what I use. For example, this year I am doing like an ongoing series where I try new things for 30 days. So I've set up a different task for each 30-day challenge. So 30 days before I have to publish the blog post about stop watching TV for 30 days, I have the task to actually stop watching TV. Otherwise, the challenge would be kind of silly. So I have a couple tasks in here. I also have templates. I don't really use this anymore. When I was first training my husband on how to do some of this stuff, I set up templates so that way he could learn like how I kind of build these. And then how to in general was the same kind of thing. I use that to train him. I do still have tasks that use these. We've just hidden them. So that way if I ever onboard other people that are helping us or any other like employees, I can train them how to use Notion and how I kind of do this. But I don't really use those anymore. So videos and blog posts and tasks are the main sections that I use. Status is kind of the same idea. So depending on what like section this is in, we'll move the status around as we go. So for example, this is a video that I'm working on, apps and tools to track your personal finances. brainstorming is basically I just have a title, I have a due date, and that's about it. It's an idea that I have, and it is assigned a due date. Outlined, I'll show you in a little bit. It means that I've actually outlined the post or the video. I've written some notes on it. I have an idea of what I want it to be about and more of the details. Drafted, if this is a blog post, that means I've written out the actual post. It's in a really rough form. It needs work, or maybe I'm still writing it. If it's a video, that usually means that I've already filmed it, but I haven't done anything else. So I just have raw footage. Edited means that my husband has reviewed it. And that he has approved it, he's made any grammatical and spelling checks, and that he has made any notes of anything I need to maybe refilm or rewrite or fix or add or whatever. Scheduled means that we have uploaded it to YouTube or uploaded it into Squarespace, and it is scheduled, ready to go out. And then published or complete, same idea. Either it has already been published or it is completed to be published. There's nothing else we need to do. It's completely done. Next up is the graphic. We pre-make all of the graphics for our YouTube videos and our blog posts, and we upload it into Notion so that way I can quickly download it. So you can click on these little 3 dots and I can either view the original online, I can download it, delete it, or make it full screen. So that's just a quick way for me to access any of the graphics. My husband helps me make these, so he creates the graphics and then I can quickly download it when I'm uploading it onto YouTube or Squarespace. Sponsored, this is something new that we're working on. We're going to start doing some more sponsored posts, which I'm super excited about because this is going to be more of a full-time business for us. So what this is a related category, so it relates to another table I have of all the sponsors. So when I'm ready to add a sponsor in here, I can pick my sponsor from this list and it will add them. So I'll have all the details about like what the product is, how much they've paid us, how many sponsorship slots they've paid for, and it's super easy to access that. Social media post, this is just a quick link if I wanted to do a quick Twitter post or even Instagram that I could just copy and paste maybe when the post comes out or a couple weeks after it comes out if it's needing to be pushed onto social media. We are kind of taking a break from social media. This isn't something that's really a priority for us right now, so I don't use this very often, but I do like to make these little notes as I go and as I'm writing the post and I'm in that mindset so that we can go back and access these later if needed. Line 1 and line 2, you'll see that these aren't filled in for all of my posts here. Basically what this is that I would write for my husband when he was first learning how to create the graphics, like what should go on the first line or 2 of the graphics. So apps and tools to track your finances. Line 1, apps and tools. Line 2, to track your finances. So that just helped him create the graphics and make it a little easier for me to kind of help him as he was learning kind of what I wanted on those graphics. That's not really necessary anymore because first of all, we've already created most of the graphics, and second of all, because he kind of has this nailed down now. So I'll probably remove these eventually, but for now they're still on there. Subtitle, this is more for me just as I'm kind of brainstorming different subtitles to use. So this might be like the first line in a YouTube description. This might be the first line on my blog or whatever. And then we also have a section for notes. So like if I need to film a video for a blog post, I'll write it in here. Or if I need to take some photos for something or do research, those are just kind of a quick place for me to write little notes for it. I usually clear those out once they're done so that way I don't get confused or I can kind of keep track of it. But that is pretty much it. So besides task to do, we also have a calendar view of the same thing where it shows all of our different content. So this shows we post every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, YouTube video twice a week, and a blog post once a week. So this is just a really quick view of when our posts are going out, and then also we have our tasks on here. So like Sunday the 16th, I need to stop watching TV in order for my 30-day challenge to go through. So we have a lot of stuff here. And it also is a good visual cue to see like, okay, I don't have any videos planned for April 1st or 8th, so I need to plan some videos for that. And you can see we have most of the year planned. We left a couple slots open towards the end of the year so we can move things around. if we have sponsored videos or affiliate videos to do, or if we have any collaborations. This just leaves us some room to work those in. What's nice about a calendar too is that it's really easy to drag and drop content. So for example, if this blog post was going to go out early for some reason, I could easily drag and drop it to the 4th and it will change it on my table. So I really like the calendar view. It's really helpful for just getting like a visual of what is going to be published. Next up is cards. I don't use this as much, but I like just having the option to see it really quick. This is also a quick way for my husband to check which posts he needs to do graphics for still. So this just takes the graphic that we have assigned it and puts it on a card. So you can see we have most of the graphics created up until about this week. So then my husband can click on any one of these and upload a graphic if needed. And we'll get more into that in just a minute. But this is the card view. Then you already saw the publish view. This is everything that has already been scheduled or has already gone up. And then I have a blog post view where it only has my blog posts, and a video view that only has my videos. That way, if I'm going to be doing some like batch creation, if I'm in the mood to film, I might do a bunch of videos one day. If I'm really in the mood to write, I might do a bunch of blog posts one day. That just makes it really easy to kind of see. And then also while my husband is editing blog posts, it makes it really easy for him to see what he needs to edit and not see a bunch of videos in there because I edit my own videos. So that is kind of an overview of the different views. Now we'll get into each one of these little breaks here. So any one of these can be opened as a page. So we'll open this Esther 4 Bible study. This is a video that I'm working on right now. What we do is we keep a little task list of what needs to be done. So I've already outlined and created the video. Now I just need to film it and edit it. We have tasks due that each of us are assigned different projects. And then below our to-do list, we put the notes for the actual video, or I will physically write out the blog post. So for Esther, I do verse by verse notes. So here's all of the verse by verse ones and then any study questions. And then I also put in the description for the video. So once we upload it, I can literally just copy and paste this right into the YouTube description and it's ready to go. So this really allows us to kind of prepare everything necessary for posting something. So that way when it's ready to go, we can just copy and paste. It's super handy. Here's like a blog post, for example. So you can see the only thing left to do is edit the post. I've made a note to my husband to edit that in Squarespace, and the entire blog post was written in here. So once I moved it to Squarespace, all I did was copied and pasted, did a couple formatting changes, and it's ready to go. So that is kind of what those look like. What's nice is that you can also open these. You can edit any of those different sections that you saw on the table within a page. And you can also open this full screen so that way you can see the full thing nice and big in here. So that is our content plans. What I like to do, so you can see like I kind of plan in quarters. So you can see that there's notes written on all of these videos. That's because we have to-do lists like written out for each of these. So like the Esther Bible study already has its to-do list in here. But once we start getting down into April, I don't have as many notes because I plan quarter by quarter. And you'll see I also start to run out of graphics. So what I can do is when I go in here, if I open an empty one here, I have templates set up. So this is a video, and what I can do is just click on video and it will automatically fill in my template. So it has my to-do list built in here, and then it has kind of an outline of a video plan. So I can talk about the intro, the idea, and then how I want to film it. This just makes it super easy. I can also do Control-Z if I want to undo that. But you can also edit any of these templates at any time and fill in, like if I wanted to add an extra step into my process, I can quickly do that. And that way I just have a super quick shortcut to kind of have my to-do list and I know what I need to do for each video. So I plan in quarters. That's 3 months at a time. I like to try to plan, like we're coming into February, so I'm trying to plan Q2 right now. And that way I'm always like a month or two ahead of my content. That also allows me to be able to, comment back to people. I can email to people. I can work on side projects, and I can take a weekend off if I want to, because my content isn't completely time dependent. Like if I have a blog post going up on Friday, I don't have to hustle all week to get that blog post done, because I'm pre-writing things a month to 2 months ahead of time, which is often why you will see me with a haircut, and then on Instagram my hair is suddenly long. Or you might see a picture of my baby on Instagram where she is, a year old, and then you'll look at a video and she's still teeny tiny. It's because I pre-film my content. So that's kind of how we manage all of our content in here. And then I'll give you a quick look at the sponsor tab here. So like I said, sponsors is empty right now because we are just starting this. But basically I could put in a company name like Test. Maybe their product is a movie, and then their category would be like blog post. I spelled that wrong. That was embarrassing. So then when I go into my content plans, let's say that this video is going to be sponsored by my test company. I can add them in there and then quickly just click on it to view the company's information. But what's nice about this as well is that if I go back to my sponsors table, I can quickly see, okay, test company is going to be sponsoring this video, and I can click back and forth really easily to see the details of each of them. So related tables are really nice. It's a really handy way to see data on multiple places within your spreadsheets, and it should be even more helpful the more that we kind of venture into things like sponsorships and affiliates and partners and kind of doing collaborations and stuff on videos and posts. So that is kind of an overview of what we do. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. If you have never used Notion before, I highly encourage you to check it out. Whether you use it for business or personal, this is just a really, really in-depth tool. I use it for a ton of personal stuff as well. You definitely don't have to have a business in order to use it. It's free to use. You can upgrade if you want to, but it's so not necessary. And yeah. That's everything, you guys. So enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you in the next video.